Hello, my friends, and welcome to this very special space where we learn and practice English together with Perfect English Podcast. My name is Sarah. I am truly happy and excited that you are here with me today. When you choose to listen to this podcast, it means you are taking an important step for yourself, a step toward learning, growing, and becoming more confident in English. And let me tell you, every small step matters. Even listening right now is already a practice, so give yourself a smile and a little credit because you are doing something wonderful. In this podcast, my goal is to make learning English easy, simple, and natural for you. Many learners feel nervous when they try to speak, and maybe you also sometimes feel afraid of making mistakes. That is very normal, and it happens to everyone. But here, in this podcast, you don't need to feel afraid. This is a safe place where we practice together, step by step, slowly, with short words, clear phrases, and sentences that you can repeat and use in real life. My job is to guide you, and your job is simply to listen, to repeat, and to enjoy the process. In today's episode, we will talk about something very important: how to practice speaking English every single day, even if you don't have a partner, a teacher, or someone to talk with. Many learners believe that they can only improve speaking if they have a partner, but the truth is, there are many smart and simple ways to practice by yourself, and I will show you exactly how you can do it, right from your home, with your own voice, your own thoughts, and your own time. Together, we will learn some daily techniques that you can use, such as speaking to yourself about your routine, repeating short sentences, shadowing, and even practicing small conversations. These methods are simple, but very powerful, and when you use them every day, even for just a few minutes, you will start to notice real progress in the way you speak, the way you think, and the way you feel in English. So, my friends, stay with me, relax, and enjoy this time. By the end of this episode, you will not only understand how to practice speaking by yourself, but you will also feel motivated and ready to try these methods right after listening. Let's begin our journey today, step by step, with confidence and with joy. Before we begin our main practice today, let's take a little time to warm up together. Just like singers warm up their voices before they sing, or athletes stretch before they play a game, we also need to prepare our voice, our mouth, and even our mind before we start speaking English. This warm-up is very simple, but it is very powerful because it helps you relax. It helps your mouth open, and it helps your brain connect with English more quickly. So, wherever you are right now, take a moment to get comfortable. Sit down or stand up straight, and let's do this together. First, let's focus on our breathing. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Hold it for a second, and now slowly let it out through your mouth. Very good. Let's do it one more time. Inhale deeply and exhale slowly. Feel how your body becomes more relaxed. When you breathe deeply, your voice becomes stronger and clearer, and your mind becomes calm. Remember, speaking English is not only about the mouth, it is also about the body and the mind working together. Now, let's warm up our voice with some positive and simple sentences. I will say the sentence and then I will pause so you can repeat after me. Don't be shy. Speak out loud if you can. Are you ready? Okay, repeat after me. I can speak English. Very nice. Let's try again. I can speak English. Wonderful. Now, another one. I am learning every day. Excellent. Once more. I am learning every day. You are doing great. Let's try one more sentence. Speaking makes me stronger. Very good. Again, speaking makes me stronger. Fantastic job, my friends. These sentences are not only for warm-up, they are also affirmations. An affirmation is a positive statement that gives you energy and confidence. When you say, "I can speak English," you are training your mind to believe it. When you say, "I am learning every day," you remind yourself that progress happens step by step. And when you say, "Speaking makes me stronger," you tell yourself that practice is not a burden, but a source of power. This warm-up also helps your mouth move more freely. English has many sounds, and sometimes our lips, tongue, and throat feel stiff when we begin. But when you repeat these short sentences, your muscles start to move, and speaking becomes easier. Think of it like stretching your muscles before a walk. It makes everything smoother. Now that your breathing is calm, your voice is ready, and your mind is full of positive energy, you are prepared for the main practice. Take a moment to smile because you have already started speaking English today, and that is something to be proud of. Let's move forward together into our main topic: how to practice speaking every day, step by step. How to practice speaking. Now, let's talk about how you can practice speaking English every day, even if you don't have a partner. The first step is to speak to yourself. Describe your daily routine out loud using simple sentences like, "I am making tea," or "I am walking to work." The second step is shadowing, which means listening to a short sentence or phrase and repeating it immediately. For example, I will say, "Today is a beautiful day," and you repeat it after me. The third step is to practice short conversations. I will give a question and answer, and you repeat both. Step 4 is to record your voice on your phone and listen to it. This helps you notice how you sound and improve. Finally, try thinking in English, describing what you see around you in simple sentences. By practicing these steps every day, your speaking will become stronger and more confident. Speak to yourself. One of the simplest and most powerful ways to practice speaking English is to talk to yourself. You can describe what you are doing at each moment in simple sentences. For example, say out loud, "I am brushing my teeth," or "I am making tea," or "I am walking to school." Try to repeat each sentence clearly. When you do this every day, your mouth gets used to forming English words, and your mind starts thinking in English naturally, even without another person to talk to. Shadowing practice. Another very effective way to practice speaking English is called shadowing. Shadowing means listening to a short sentence or phrase and then repeating it immediately, almost like you are shadowing the speaker. For example, I will say a sentence, "Today is a beautiful day." Now you repeat it after me, trying to match my speed, pronunciation, and rhythm. Shadowing helps your ears get used to English sounds and your mouth to speak naturally. The more you do it every day, the easier it becomes to speak English fluently and confidently. Use simple conversations. Another great way to practice speaking is by using simple conversations. Short dialogues help you learn common phrases and responses, and they make speaking English feel natural. For example, I will say, "Hello, how are you?" Now you repeat after me, "Hello, how are you?" Then I respond, "I'm fine, thank you." And you repeat, "I'm fine, thank you." Practicing like this every day trains your mind and mouth to remember phrases, and soon speaking English in real life will feel easier and more confident. Record yourself. A very helpful way to improve your speaking is to record yourself. You can use your phone or any device to capture your voice while practicing sentences or short conversations. After recording, listen carefully to how you sound. This helps you notice mistakes, improve your pronunciation, and understand which words you need to practice more. Recording yourself also builds confidence because you can hear your progress over time, and each time you listen, you learn something new about your English. Think in English. Another important way to practice speaking is to start thinking in English. You don't always need to speak out loud. Begin by describing what you see and what you are doing in your mind. For example, you can think, "The sky is blue. I am sitting on a chair. I am learning English." This trains your brain to connect English words with your thoughts. Over time, thinking in English will make speaking easier, faster, and more natural because your mind is already forming sentences before you speak. Now that we have practiced warming up our voice, speaking to ourselves, shadowing, and using simple conversations, it's time to put everything together in a mini practice session. This part of the podcast is designed to give you real speaking practice, just like having a small conversation in your daily life. We will combine simple daily sentences with a short dialogue, and I want you to speak out loud. Repeat after me and follow along carefully. Don't worry about mistakes. This is all part of learning, and each time you try, you improve a little more. Let's start with describing your daily routine. I will say a sentence, and then you repeat it after me. Try to say it clearly and at a comfortable speed. Ready? Repeat after me. I wake up in the morning. Very good. Now, I brush my teeth. Excellent. Next, I go to work. Great. I talk to my friends. Perfect. And finally, I learn English every day. Wonderful job. Notice how all these sentences are short and simple, but they help you practice forming words, moving your mouth naturally, and thinking in English at the same time. If you can do these every day, even for a few minutes, your speaking will improve steadily. Now let's move on to a short conversation practice. Conversations are important because English is a language we use to talk to others, not just to ourselves. I will say something first, and then you repeat it. Ready? I say, "Good morning." Your turn. Good morning? Excellent. Now I ask, "How are you?" Repeat after me. How are you? Very good. I respond, "I'm fine, thank you." And you say, "I'm fine, thank you." Great. Then I ask, "And you?" You say, "And you?" Perfect. Finally, I say, "I'm great." Let's start our day. And you repeat, "I'm great." Let's start our day. Fantastic. This mini practice session is a complete cycle of learning. You have repeated sentences about your daily routine, which trains your brain and mouth to speak English naturally. Then you practiced a short conversation, which helps you remember common phrases and responses. Doing this every day trains both your listening and speaking skills, and slowly these sentences will become automatic in your mind. The more you repeat, the easier it becomes to speak without thinking too much. Remember, the key to improvement is consistency. Even if you practice for just 3 to 5 minutes every day, your pronunciation, fluency, and confidence will grow steadily. You are training your brain, your mouth, and your ears all at the same time. Smile while you practice, enjoy the process, and celebrate each small improvement. Every word you say, every sentence you repeat, is a step closer to speaking English confidently and naturally. Keep practicing, and you will notice real progress in your speaking ability. My friends, before we finish today's practice, I want to take a few minutes to share some important tips and motivation with you. Learning to speak English can sometimes feel difficult, and at times you might feel frustrated or think, I will never get it right. But let me tell you something very important. Mistakes are not your enemy, they are your friends. Every time you make a mistake, your brain is learning something new. Every time you stumble over a word or forget a sentence, you are actually practicing, and that practice is making you stronger. So, don't be afraid to make mistakes. Embrace them as a natural and necessary part of learning. One of the best ways to improve your English is to practice every single day, even if it is just for a few minutes. Speaking English is like exercising a muscle. Imagine if you wanted to get stronger or healthier. You wouldn't just exercise once and give up, right? The same is true for English. Your brain, your mouth, and your ears all need daily exercise to get better. When you speak, repeat, shadow, record yourself, or even think in English, you are giving your mind and your voice a chance to grow stronger. Every day you practice is a day you get closer to speaking English naturally and confidently. Another important tip is to be patient with yourself. Learning a new language does not happen overnight. Some days you may feel like you are not improving, and that is normal. But if you continue to practice day by day, little by little, you will start to notice progress. You will find it easier to form sentences, your pronunciation will improve, and you will begin to think in English without effort. Be kind to yourself and celebrate small successes along the way. Even saying just a few sentences every day is better than doing nothing at all. It is also helpful to stay positive and enjoy the process. Learning English is not only about speaking correctly, it is also about gaining confidence, connecting with new ideas, and opening new opportunities in your life. Smile when you practice. Enjoy repeating sentences. And imagine yourself speaking English fluently in real conversations. Your attitude makes a big difference. The more positive and motivated you are, the faster your skills will improve. Finally, remember this: every small step you take matters. Each time you repeat a sentence, shadow a phrase, or describe your surroundings in English, you are building a habit that will make speaking English easier and more natural. Keep practicing, stay patient, embrace mistakes, and celebrate your progress. You are learning, growing, and becoming stronger with every word you speak. Keep going, my friends, and soon speaking English confidently will feel like a natural part of your day. As we come to the end of today's English speaking practice session, I want to take a moment to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for choosing to spend your time with me, for opening your mind to learning, and for giving yourself the opportunity to practice English step by step. Just by being here and listening, repeating, and participating in the exercises, you are already making progress. Every minute you spend practicing your English is a valuable investment in your growth and confidence, and I am so proud of you for taking these steps. Learning a language is not always easy, and it requires patience, dedication, and a positive attitude, but you have shown all of these qualities simply by showing up today. I also want to encourage you to keep practicing what we did in this session. The exercises, sentences, and short conversations we went through are tools that you can use every day, at home, at work, or anywhere you find a few quiet minutes. Speak to yourself about your daily routine, shadow sentences you hear in English, Practice short conversations, record your voice, and think in English as much as you can. The more consistently you practice, the more natural and confident your English will become. Even small steps matter, and over time, those small steps will create big improvements. Remember, speaking English is like building a habit. Each day you practice, your brain and mouth are strengthening the skills you need, and soon, English will begin to feel easier and more natural. I want you to remember something very important. Mistakes are not something to fear. Every mistake you make is an opportunity to learn. Every time you stumble, forget a word, or mispronounce a sentence, your mind is learning what to do differently next time. Mistakes are a normal and essential part of the learning process. Celebrate each small success and treat every attempt as a step forward. Be patient with yourself, stay positive, and trust that consistent practice will bring results. Your voice matters, your effort matters, and your progress matters. Finally, I invite you to join me again in the next episode, where we will continue practicing, learning new techniques, and building our confidence together. Each session is designed to help you speak more clearly, think in English more naturally, and enjoy the journey of learning a new language. Keep listening, keep repeating, and keep speaking. Take pride in your efforts and remember that progress comes one step at a time. I am excited to continue this journey with you, and I know that with practice, patience, and persistence, you will achieve the confidence you desire in speaking English. Thank you again for being here today. I will see you in the next episode, ready to practice, ready to learn, and ready to grow. Goodbye for now, my friends, and keep speaking English every day.